Stretching across continents and centuries, the Silk Road stands as one of humanity's most remarkable networks. A winding corridor that stitched together lands from the bustling heart of China to the shores of the Mediterranean Sea. But the Silk Road was not merely a path for traders bearing silks and spices. It was a vibrant artery of civilization, pulsing with the exchange of goods, ideas, beliefs, and knowledge. Among the most influential contributors to this historic enterprise were Muslim travelers, merchants, scholars, and builders, whose legacy helped shape the prosperity and cultural landscape of Eurasia, especially during the Islamic Golden Age between the 8th and 14th centuries. When we imagine the Silk Road, vast caravans crossing windswept deserts and towering mountain passes come to mind. Camels loaded with bales of silk, boxes of aromatic spices, and sacks of precious stones. Muslim merchants were among the most prominent figures in these caravans. Their trading endeavors bridged distant cultures and economies, introducing the world to a dazzling array of goods. Fine silks from China found their way into the wardrobes of Baghdad's elite. Spices from India and Southeast Asia flavored the kitchens of Damascus and Istanbul. Textiles, ceramics, glassware, and precious metals all traveled the length of the Silk Road, transforming local markets and fueling the prosperity of cities and empires. Yet, the role of Muslim traders extended far beyond commerce. With every journey, they carried more than merchandise. They transported culture, language, science, and faith. These travelers were ambassadors of the Islamic civilization, which, during the Golden Age, thrived on intellectual curiosity and innovation. The movement of people and ideas along the Silk Road sparked a remarkable cross-pollination of knowledge. Muslim scholars introduced groundbreaking advances in medicine, astronomy, mathematics, and architecture to the regions they visited. The concept of algebra, for example, traveled westward from the Islamic world, revolutionizing mathematics in Europe. Innovations in medical science, such as surgical techniques and herbal remedies, spread through the Silk Road's network of scholarly exchanges. Religion, too, journeyed with these travelers. Islam's expansion along the Silk Road was facilitated not by conquest, but by the power of peaceful trade and dialogue. Muslim traders, alongside Sufi missionaries, established deep relationships with local communities. Their honesty, reliability, and cosmopolitan outlook often made them trusted partners, and their faith inspired curiosity and respect. Cities along the Silk Road blossomed into centers of Islamic learning, attracting students, theologians, and philosophers from across the world. Mosques and madrasas rose alongside bustling markets and caravanserais, weaving religious devotion into the fabric of daily life. Throughout the centuries, the Silk Road bore witness to the journeys of remarkable travelers whose stories embody the spirit of exploration and cultural exchange. Ibn Battuta, the Moroccan scholar, is perhaps one of the most celebrated. Setting out in the 14th century, he traversed the vast stretches of the Silk Road, visiting lands as far-flung as Central Asia, South Asia, Southeast Asia, and even reaching the imperial court of China. His detailed chronicles provide a vivid portrait of the people, customs, and wonders he encountered, a testament to the interconnectedness of the Islamic world and its neighbors. Another towering figure is Zheng He, the Chinese Muslim admiral of the Ming dynasty. Zheng He is 7 ambitious voyages reached across the Indian Ocean, connecting China with the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia. His fleets, colossal for their time, not only transported goods, but also emissaries, gifts, and ideas, highlighting the maritime dimension of the Silk Road. Zheng He's legacy underscores the role of Muslim travelers in forging connections between East and West, by land and by sea. Cities, too, played a pivotal role in the story of the Silk Road. Strategic locations where trade routes converged became the bustling hubs of commerce and culture. Here, Muslim rulers and traders left an indelible mark on urban development. They built caravanserais, roadside inns that offered weary travelers rest and resupply. Oases became thriving settlements, drawing life from the desert sands and serving as vital waypoints for long-distance caravans. These cities were more than just marketplaces. They were crucibles of civilization, where diverse peoples mingled, shared, and innovated. Samarkand, in present-day Uzbekistan, stands as a jewel among Silk Road cities. Under the rule of the Timurids, Samarkand flourished, becoming a beacon of Islamic learning and cultural achievement. Its grand mosques, regal madrasas, and intricate tilework still dazzle visitors today, reflecting the city's cosmopolitan spirit and architectural prowess. Bukhara, also in Uzbekistan, emerged as another vital center. Renowned for its religious institutions and scholarly tradition, Bukhara drew students and thinkers from across the Islamic world. Its libraries and academies preserved ancient texts and nurtured new ideas, contributing to the intellectual vitality of the region. Further east, Kashgar in the Xinjiang region of China became a melting pot of cultures, where Islamic, Chinese, and Central Asian influences blended in a tapestry of languages, arts, and beliefs. Kashgar's markets bustled with traders from every corner of Eurasia. Its mosques and madrasas bore witness to centuries of religious devotion and scholarly pursuit. In each of these cities, Muslim architects introduced styles and techniques that transformed the urban landscape. Domes soared above the skyline, minarets reached for the heavens, and intricate tile mosaics adorned walls and courtyards, creating spaces that inspired awe and reverence. The impact of the Silk Road on civilization was profound and enduring. Economically, the trade networks established by Muslim merchants generated immense wealth and opportunity. Local communities flourished as goods, currencies, and technologies flowed across borders. Markets buzzed with activity, and the prosperity of Silk Road cities fostered artistic and scientific achievement. The economic dynamism of the Silk Road laid the foundation for powerful empires and vibrant urban cultures. Culturally, the Silk Road was a crucible of syncretism, a place where art, language, and tradition intermixed. The interaction between diverse peoples led to the blending of musical styles, culinary flavors, fashion, and artistic motifs. Persian poetry met Chinese ceramics. Arab calligraphy adorned Central Asian monuments. Languages borrowed words and expressions from distant tongues, and new forms of storytelling, music, and dance emerged from this cultural confluence. Perhaps most significantly, the Silk Road was a conduit for the transmission of knowledge. Muslim scholars played a vital role in preserving and disseminating the intellectual heritage of the ancient world. They translated classical works from Greek, Persian, and Indian sources into Arabic, safeguarding them for future generations. These texts traveled westward, ultimately reaching Europe and fueling the intellectual revival known as the Renaissance. The wisdom of Aristotle, the medical treatises of Hippocrates, and the mathematical insights of Indian scholars all found new life along the Silk Road, thanks to the dedication of Muslim translators and philosophers. As the centuries passed, the Silk Road continued to evolve, adapting to changing political and economic realities. Yet the legacy of Muslim travelers and the cities they shaped endures. Their contributions to trade, science, architecture, and culture enriched the lands they touched and linked humanity in a shared story of exploration and exchange. Today, the echoes of the Silk Road can be seen in the vibrant diversity of Central Asia, the architectural splendor of ancient cities, and the enduring spirit of curiosity that drives people to seek connection across borders. In reflecting on the history of the Silk Road, it becomes clear that its greatest gift was not merely the exchange of goods, but the meeting of minds and hearts. Muslim travelers, merchants, and scholars helped transform this ancient route into a bridge between civilizations, a legacy that reminds us of the power of openness, dialogue, and shared discovery. From the bustling bazaars of Samarkand to the scholarly halls of Bukhara, from the maritime adventures of Zheng He to the epic journeys of Ibn Battuta, the story of the Silk Road is, at its core, a story of humanity's quest to learn, to trade, and to build a better world together.